Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Rigathi Gachagua led an opposition rally in the counties of Kirinyaga and Embu, a day after Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka held their NDC where he was endorsed as the presidential candidate. And from that rally, you'll understand that it is in his plan, Rigathi Gachagua, to campaign for whoever will be the opposition candidate. His messaging in that campaign trail was very intentional. But in this podcast, we'll also look at, and honestly, I don't understand why someone planned to disrupt that rally and the cost of it. But you see, Rigathi's rising popularity is a threat to the current sitting members of parliament and will demonstrate to you why Rigathi emerging as Mount Kenya kingpin is already making so many people uncomfortable. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell and like our videos. Subscription is absolutely free. The advantage is that when you subscribe to our channel, you'll be getting notifications. And as I said, out of 10 people, 5 always subscribe. That happened today for the second day in a row. So can we subscribe? Just confirm whether you're amongst the 5 who you subscribe, I'm a bado, so that we can increase the tally. But take a minute, ladies and gentlemen. I'm coming back for you to ask you to rally behind Mzee Peter. Peter called me on Wednesday morning, and the information he gave me is, Kevin, I have blood discharge in the urine, and to be more clear, in a Kujua dam. I was a bit shocked because when he called me, he was a subscriber and said, Kevin, please come for my aid to help me. So I made plans with the grandchild who was around for him to be taken to Kisii Level 6 Hospital. And I made the effort of covering SHA yake yote. So there were some other tests that were done there. And the report that came from there is that one of the kidneys ilikuwa imeoza. And there is a urine path pia blocked. And that is what was causing a bit of that, because we were also feeling some pain. But of course, I decided, because of sensitivity of it, I could not send the Kawira, and I decided that we've dealt with these cases, wacha tumlete Nairobi. So we made plans. And myself, I was in Kenyatta Hospital yesterday on my way to attend the Wiper NDC, and I made sure that plans were made. Akapelekwa, he was admitted in Kenyatta Hospital. The doctors have established and have asked that the corrective measure at the moment, they affirmed that indeed the left kidney imeharibika, imeoza, and it's very urgent, very critical, that a procedure needs to be done for Mzee, who understand is also a pastor, Peter, so that this can be done and it can be corrected. I was so touched by his plight. And I felt, guys, that if, and I pray that we can come together for this Mzee from Kisii. Oh, this is the first person we're helping from Kisii, yeah? For this Mzee from Kisii.
Kevin, asante sana. Mungu atasaidia mimi pamoja na nyinyi. Bwana, mimi najua kwamba nitapona. Ulifanya kazi kubeba mimi mpaka hospitalini. Mungu asaidie wewe na pamoja na mimi, pamoja na huyu ndugu yako.
So that hata najua akiamka, he can continue doing the Lord's work. And we will be blessed. I have it's really needed urgent. In fact, we also need to do some blood donation on Monday. And it's my plan that what we are supposed to cover, Chef is going to cover a bit of it, but we need approximately around 200,000, in excess of around 200,000 to cover everything, so that on Monday we can book for him surgery, afanyiwe hata on Tuesday, before the end of this week. If he can be out of the hospital and simply out of danger, because as what we are told is he is in danger and really needs, that procedure really needs to be done. Ladies and gentlemen, find it in your place to support us, support the 78-year-old Peter Osero. And I believe that we can. Hapa watu nasema kidogo kidogo hujaza kibaba. Whatever you can get, what you will get will go a long way in supporting this. And God bless you as you purpose to stand with this. I paid attention to Kalonzo's the rally stopover, the first stop in Makutano.
Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka.
Makutano hoye! Makutano hoye! Muriega ndo itu. Mwaseo. Akumbe hata kikamba hapa ni kingi kabisa. No mwe umererie. Hiyo ni kikamba pia sio? Yaani nyinyi ni makuso. Si namna hiyo? Naungana kabisa na wale ndugu Rigathi amesema. Kuunganisha wa Kenya ni kitu ya maana. Lakini kwanza jamii ziungane, na sema namna gani? Si makuzo wapendane. Na pia wawane. Kwanza hapa nyinyi hakuna Embu, hakuna Mkamba, hakuna Mkirinyaga. Hapa nyinyi ni watu timu moja. Tangu Kenya ijinyakulie uhuru, hakujaonekana uongozi wa kimambavu kama huu wa Bwana Ruto. Watoto wanauawa, anasema wapigwe risasi Maguru. Alisema hivyo. Na sisi jana tulisema, yeye alisema watoto wapigwe risasi Maguru, na sisi nasema mko tayari kumpiga risasi. Wangapi wa tayari kupiga Ruto risasi? Hiyo risasi haitakuwa ya Maguru kama yeye. Yeye tunampiga risasi kwa ballot ili awe one term.
And keenly on Kalonzo Musyoka reception there. That reception was that for someone who wants to be a president, someone who is eyeing the vote, that reception was very interesting. However, I feel that Kalonzo's speech was anti-climax. Ushaina ile time umehypiwa mpaka umepewa the microphone, then we unaileta chini. And to me, it was a bit of anti-climax. But nevertheless, the reception and the way his name was called and the way those people walimu impress is a very clear message that really he might not struggle there. And during that rally, it was held in 2 counties of Kirinyaga and Embu. I saw Lenny Kivuti, this is the guy in yellow, who is a close friend to Muturi, also eyeing the Embu governor's seat through Mba's party. So people who are saying the yellow guy was not UDA guy, it was actually Mba's party, ile party ya Kiraitu Murungi. After Makutano, the convoy headed to Embu town. Yes. And in Embu town, I paid attention to the speeches from 2 people in that convoy. The first one is how Rigathi Gachagua took a direct swipe at Ruto-Waiguru and Cecil Barire. And in this, there is also something saying about Gideon Moi.
Harambee! Harambee! Si mambo ya maji imekwama. Kasongo ni mwongo si mwongo. Si barabara imekwama. Sha haifanyi kazi. Masomo imeharibika. Kasongo aende asiende. Atembee asitembee. Asonge asisonge. Kasongo asonge asisonge. Nimo tuete itwado itu. Nimo tuete. Toikata modo yo. Nimo kuyomereria. Na ndimwere ondo umwe. Andu aito mutigatekere tugayukanio. Niguo. Mliona jana huyu Ruto ameita Gideon Moi wa jamii yake ya Kalenjin, anasema wa Kalenjin waungane. Mimi nikiita nyinyi anasema sisi ni wa kabila. Si ndio? Wa Kalenjin wakishikana ni umoja wa kimataifa. Watu ya mlima tukishikana anasema ni ukabila. Anafikiria sisi ni wajinga. Na mimi niseme mtu yeyote anatumiwa na Ruto kugawanya mlima ni adui ya mlima Kenya. Ni wadu ito. Modo odora Ruto kugawanya kirima neho ito. Neguo. Na watu wanatumiwa na Ruto. Wewe gavana Waiguru, wewe Karinda, kwani nyinyi hamuna akili? Ruto wako pale anaunganisha jamii yake ya Rift Valley ndio aweze kutafuta uongozi. Mimi nasema hapa tuungane. Si mimi niliungana na Martha Karua, si tumeungana na JB Muturi, si tumeungana na Linturi. Huyo si ni werevu. Sasa huyu Karinda, huyu wa hapa Embu ndio anatumiwa na Ruto wakiwa na ile mtu anaitwa Soprano kugawanya sisi. Mtakubali? Wewe William Ruto, wacha kusifikiria watu ya mlima ni fala. Unatumia pesa kugawanya sisi, alafu wewe unaunganisha jamii yako. Unafikiria sisi ni wajinga? Kama watu kuweta wanate. Anatakuwa wanalegwa. Tunamwona itini. Kura kiongozi Kalonzo. Kiongozi wa Malwa, let me assure you, the two of you, this mountain, kura yetu yote tutaweka kikapu moja. Kwa sababu sisi tunajua hii kura yetu tukigawanya haina maana. Hati huo kura ito toa ndere na bata. Kura ito togoikaika bugeke. Na Ruto amepanga jama ya kugawanya mlima Kenya. Kwa sababu anajua kura ya mlima ndio itamfukuza aende nyumbani. Mtakubali kugawanywa? Nimewataka kugawanywa. Na wale viongozi ya mlima ambaye ni wazalendo wako hapa. Huyu Martha Karua ni ngara yetu ya Rorere. Neguo.
Yeah, I think I agree. I agree with what he's saying, that really, even those who have branded Rigathi tribalist, it was because he was bringing his tribesmen together. So it's a narrative that, yes, people might look at it as a spin, but it is a reality. It is the reality. You know, sometimes it's not just a political narrative, it is the reality. So, and Ruto is consolidating the Kalenjin nation through Gideon Moi. But I don't understand. I don't agree with Moses Kuria, because according to Moses Kuria, Rigathi picked up a bone to chew with Ruto-Waiguru and Cecil Mbarire, because probably he was visiting those counties. But Moses Kuria did some tweet I want us to look at here. To my brother Rigathi Gachagua, I am an honest man. By now you know that. It is undeniable fact that the majority of our Mount Kenya people listen to you. You are ahead of the rest of us. You are edging closer to be our undisputed kingpin in the mountain. In fact, just like Gideon Moi and William Ruto are working together, I might consider working with you very soon. I have only one humble request. Kindly refrain from insulting our leaders in general, our women leaders in particular, and all Mount Kenya women by extension. Doesn't really sound commensurate with your undisputed kingpin status. Kindly, sir, with profound respect. I don't know whether that post is by profound respect. Number one, it is not cool to attack people, but that is the nature of combative politics. However, let me say something. I don't think Rigathi Gachagua was talking about Cecil Mbarire and Waiguru because they are women leaders. No. The context of that statement was because first they are governors of those two counties, and he had visited those two counties, Kirinyaga and Embu. If it was attacking women leaders by general, I think even Susan Kihika from Nakuru, her name would have appeared there. So in this one, I see Moses Kuria, apart from that part of saying, don't attack our women leaders, he's coming in as someone who is sanitizing that speech, trying to correct Rigathi. But the real message of this post is about Mount Kenya working together. And in fact, I don't come from Mount Kenya, but let me whisper it. I see people, 2027, the president and the deep state is formulating a tribal, an ethnic blocks. And if really Mount Kenya is not going to be very careful, they might fall into the trap of division, because that is some of us analyze politics and we talk to people across both one term, both two term, both no term, both. You talk to people, you understand there is some division going on that is being planted, and they must be very careful about it. Then there, Muturi demolishing the Singapore dream.
Kimsikiza mtu anaitwa Kipchirchir Ruto, mmemsikia akiongea ati anasema hii nchi inaweza kuwa kama Singapore. Ni kweli hii nchi akiwaachia nyinyi mfanye mjitawale inaweza, lakini hii nchi haiwezi kuwa kama Singapore. Kama kila siku asubuhi akiamka, ni nini nitaiba leo? Ni sehemu ya ardhi gani nitaenda kuiba? Ni wizara gani iko na pesa wanataka kununua? Sasa nasikia ati ametuma watu waende kumnunulia ndege mbili, ndege za kumbeba yeye, na amevakisha miaka 2 tu. Tumpeleke Sugoi, alafu kutoka Sugoi tumpeleke kotini, sio? Si lazima. Mtu amesimamia mauaji yale yamefanyika hapa Kenya. Mtu anasimama mbele za watu mchana kusema watoto wetu wapigwe risasi mguu. Huyo mtu kweli hatakiwi kuwa kamiti? Kila siku Ruto akiamka, nani anapiga kelele pale? Tunataka kutengeneza mtandao ndio tuone vijana wadogo wakina Bili Mwangi hapa. Kijana kama huyu, badala ya ujue huyu ndiye tegemeo la nchi. Nchi inategemea vijana wao, watoto wao.
Why did I pay attention to this Muturi statement? I paid attention to the Muturi statement because actually, the Singapore thing is a narrative. Let me call it a narrative, or is a campaign manifesto that has been created to create some imaginary success on people's mind. I like being pragmatic in my analysis, and this is my position. How many of you in this podcast understand the Singapore? Like you go to my village, you go to a village in Turkana and tell people that, you guys give me time, the affordable housing I'm doing and the blah blah I'm doing is part of what will make this country go Singapore. When did the country sit together and agree that we are taking this country to Singapore? Number one. How many people relate with Singapore? How many people relate with that? Like, sisi tunaweza elewa, some informed people can understand. But ukienda kwa mama mbao ukimwambia utaenda Singapore, we are going Singapore direction. Really, does that thing sell? Does that thing sell? And I saw how Muturi broke that information. The breakdown of his criticism of it was very interesting, because he's trying to say we cannot go there if we are stealing. I cannot see the correlation between SHA and Singapore. The correlation between fertilizer subsidy and the Singapore dream. But I'm told it's being used to sell the affordable housing. Now, one very sad, and I think politicians should learn that they should political tolerance. After the rally in Embu town, the convoy was heading to Kiritiri. Kiritiri is not very far from Embu town. It's a place I've gone. When I was there, when I was in Embu doing those projects, it's small, could be some 5 kilometers from Embu town, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, just my approximation. It's a place I've gone. And then, Mbere South Member of Parliament Nebat Karaoke tried to mobilize some people to disrupt that rally as Rigath's convoy was making its way there. You know, those who are trying to mobilize, the MP was chased away, and if you can see this, as you can see in this video, he was actually chased away, and the report was that those who had accompanied him, that was supposed to be part of his shenanigan, did not buy in, and the MP was shown the door. When Rigathi arrived, listen to Rigathi's statement on this. So that is what I was saying. That, you know, I don't understand, like in this time, age, and era, if you're still thinking of putting roadblocks or paying some people to go and block leader X from addressing these people, I think it's old school politics that do not have a space.
Kereteri munasemaje? Kereteri munasemaje? Hapa ni one term. Hapa ni one term. Harambe! Wewe Ruto! Wewe Kasongo! Wewe Kaongo! Wewe Zakayo! Wewe mtu ya kutenga! Wewe mwizi! Wewe muuaji! Kasongo aende asiende! Kasongo aende asiende! Kasongo asonge asisonge! Atembe asitembee! Aumerie kada kaumerie! Adie kada gadie! Nyai kada maruka Kasongo adie Kasongo! Mukaniambia nikimaliza kuunganisha mlima nitafute makazi. Nikatafuta kazi ni wetu ambaye anaitwa Steven Kalonzo. Huyu ni kuzo si kuzo. Ni kazi si kazi. Ni kazi si kazi. Makazi ni wapendane wasipendane. Makazi ni waungane wasiungane. Makazi ni watafuta serikali pamoja wasitafute. Mimi tumekubaliana.
It doesn't have a space amongst us. So, but I want to explain to you. I agree with Moses Kuria. Rigathi is the lone voice. And clearly, you know, out of blues, he's thrusting in the political space as Mount Kenya undisputed kingpin. It's coming up. I know people are asking, Uhuru did not mentor someone. Maybe Ruto mentored for them someone. Impeachment was the default. But this is a big threat to the sitting MPs. They're not very comfortable about it because aspirants will scramble for DCP ticket, and that will really be a big threat to the UDA and other fringe parties. So, and you know, that is why you will understand they no longer attack Rigathi. You will see them attacking Rigathi when they're outside Mount Kenya. But when they're in Mount Kenya, they're not attacking Rigathi Gachagua. You have to slow down because you try that and it gets a strong candidate, you will be in for a rude shot. But the big problem with that is the fact that you stick with President Ruto, but you don't seem to customize a message to tell the people, to show the people true term. And I want to give you an example. When you go to Homa Bay, the governor is talking about fish pie. I don't know, market pie, fish market. He's talking about the first ferry in Lake Victoria. There is politics of the fast in Homa Bay. Politics of the fast. And they're trying to project that there are things that William Ruto has done that were never done and could not be done, even since independence. In fact, they're talking about the fast CS4 treasury going to Lakeside. Now, such kind of customized political inducements are not at the disposal of those MPs. Like, in simple terms, those MPs, they don't have something special they can say because as we worked with government, we got this specifically. And get to the comment section and tell me, Kevin, in my area, my MP has brought this and that. Not even the cabinet slots can be accounted in terms of success. Now, This also dims Kindiki's chances of becoming running mate. The more Rigathi is emerging, Kindiki's chances of becoming a running mate are going down. And if they don't get a running mate, I'm telling you, it will be difficult for them to even sail the political terrain in Mount Kenya. Remember, in terms of Rigathi's side, they have all settled that Rigathi might not vie. And even a significant section of Rigathi supporters are of the view that he should not go to vie. And they're willing to support someone else. It will be interesting how this plays. Thank you.